Alright, what is going on, guys? Sean Don is back with a technical analysis. Here we have Tony Sommers, fellow Southern California hammer thrower and YouTuber. Yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so I know how this throw feels, Tony. I had the same problem a lot last year, hooking throws to the right sector if you're left-handed, or left sector for me since I'm right-handed. And in my opinion, this right sector finish, kind of hook and throws like that, comes back to posture and also patience, meaning your relationship with the ball. So, let's break it down. Through the winds, and I apologize ahead of time if I mess up the whole left-handed, right-handed thing, saying whatever it is. I'll do my best, so I'm getting better now that I've been spending more time with Danny Roberts. Through the winds, looks decent. Turn your shoulders back to the left to catch nice and early. That's good stuff. Step up. Good timing. Good balance. Shoulders turn back again. Good job there. But then look at your hips. Alright, so right here, and then we go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames. You can see your shoulders and hips really shift. Hips shift back, and then shoulders shift forward, and hands drop. And this is kind of what a lot of people do because they think that's what they need to feel the radius or the length. They want to feel long through the upper body, so what they do is they push their shoulders forward and push their hips back. Not a good thing to do, in my opinion, because that kind of sabotages posture right from the start. Posture is one of my main foundational concepts of the hammer throw. So what you want to do, in my opinion, is keep your hips right underneath you and keep your shoulders back over the hips. Two ways to think about it: shoulders back over hips, hips forward under shoulders, doesn't matter. That's where it needs to be. So like right here, your shoulders and hips are right in the same line. That's where you want to keep it. So it automatically creates more of an upright throw. So like you're not going to sink down into the legs as much, but it'll serve you better later in the throw, and it'll help out with that hooking the throws to the right sector. So like I said, try to keep your hips. Load this right side a little bit more. Ideally, you want to have, at least in the entry, this right shoulder over the right hip, over the right knee, over the left, or the right ankle. So try to shift your weight over to the right a little bit more. To your right, not to my right, your right. And then, like I said, posture, so hips forwards. Think about driving your hips towards your hands, whereas right now your hips are going away from your hands. Alright? So this right hip wants to stay where it is, more or less, and then you want to use this left side to drive the ball around out to the right. And instead, your hips kind of shift back, so you're kind of just playing tug of war. Ball's pulling on you, you're pulling back on the ball and trying to stay centered, when in reality, what should be happening is, like I said, using this left side to drive the ball out to the right. And then if you wait long enough and hold that posture and hold that right side long enough, then you will end up achieving the same thing, but you'll have much more tension and you'll be much more efficient in your movement. Whereas right here, like I said, this is kind of the typical hammer throw style where the hips shift back and the shoulders come forward, and you're playing stalemate right here, where the center of mass is over your left side, but it's not a very efficient position. But outside of that, moving forward, so like I said, just drive your hips towards your hands. Keep this right side axis, steady. And once again, I'm sorry. I apologize if I mess this up too much. And then, but yeah, you run the ball for a nice long time out to the right. This looks like about 90 degrees. Left foot's about to come up. The only thing is, like I said, I'll try to get this knee a little bit more forward towards the ball and those hips closer towards the ball. More weight on this right side in the entry. But like I said, in terms of the ball position, it's a good job of working it. And then same thing here in this single support, in this very first single support. Drive your hips towards the ball. That'll help you step forward towards the sector and give you much better, or help set up posture better on the catch as well. So like right here, since you did shift back in the entry, you kind of come around this right side and you're kind of spinning out in a way. You're at the mercy of the ball rather than the ball being at the mercy of you. So drive those hips towards those hands, step forward towards the sector. In terms of posture on this catch, it's actually decent. It's better than before, but your shoulders are forward and your hips are back here. Shoulders forward there, maybe 6, 8, 12 inches difference between the two. It should be this right shoulder should be behind this right hip. That's a good way to think about it. More weight on this right side, like I said. And then as you work through, same stuff really is in the first turn, in the entry. Nice patience here, turning with the ball, not ahead of it. Very good job. You see this left side and this right side working together with the ball. That's very good, very good. But if anything, it looks like your right side is ahead of the ball just a little bit. But if you look at my videos, I do the same thing with my left side. So, but like I said, this broken posture right here stays broken. At this point, right as ball comes through about 0, you need to think about driving your shoulders backwards towards the sector. And once again, hips forward. But really, I like to keep my hips where they're at and then shoulders go backwards. That's the pendulum, and that's how you really accelerate the hammer. And then you still use this left side to drive the ball out to the right, keeping this right hip where it is. So like right here, that right hip should stay there, but instead it shifts back a little bit in order to get that left side around. Sorry. This is once again a common thing where people pull or drop the right side away to get the left side around, or vice versa. If you are a right-handed thrower, you pull the left side away to get the right side around rather than working the right side around the left side, or in your case, Tony, the left side around the right side. I'm figuring it out. I got it. But once again, nice long double support, 90 degrees, very good. But you pull that right side away, and then you come down, you catch, good catch, better posture. Posture's getting better here. Hips still a little bit back from the shoulders. Instead of 8 or 12 inches, this is more like 3 to 6. Once again, right shoulder back behind the right hip. And then as you come through, you see that right side pull back and shift away again. You can see it right there. Boom. These couple frames right here, you see that right side pull back. But like I said, I still think you're doing a good job of turning with the ball. Very good job. This is better than most people that I see, or most people that send in technical analysis videos. You're turning with the ball very well. Your right side and your left side are working together. But it's just that right side, you need to learn the feeling of holding that right side where it is and using this left side as the engine, the axis and the engine. Alright? But you come through, right side pulls back again. And you can see, so at this point, you probably feel, this is where you start feeling tension. When this right side pulls back, you feel the tension from the hammer because you're kind of creating tension with that right side rather than the left side. The left side, like I said, should create the tension. The right side holds. But if your right side is creating the tension, that's what's going to cause the throw to shift, or to hook. So when you feel the tension right about here, the throw is going to... I guess what happens in the back half of the circle is going to mirror what happens in the front half of the circle. So you feel tension here, and then you're going to feel a lot of tension there, in this direction, alright? And then as you go through the last couple turns, that's what is going to cause the hooked throws. That right side pulling out of the way, you feel the tension, working around, You look a little tight there, just a little bit. Shoulders coming up. Just try to relax. Let your hands rise naturally. And then same thing, like in the very first turn, like I said, you kind of spin your wheels and you get pulled around a little bit in single support. Same thing happens here as you're drifting this way to the circle, through the circle. You're drifting down this left sector line. You can, I'm sure you can feel that because I do the same thing. I feel myself drifting this way, and then I try to overcorrect by working the ball longer. And then you work the ball longer, then you end up just hooking it. But left heel or right heel comes down really nice. Left side working through pretty solid. And then yeah, you can see the same thing right here. Right side pulling back, a little tight. And I think this is what really causes it, is because you can see this ball is back on this left foot. That right side is actually starting to open up a little early now. Alright, so this isn't as good as the previous turns, but still pretty good. But what you need to do is really let this ball pass just a little bit more. I think this is the third turn. Let it pass just a little bit more. Let it catch up to that right side. And work it longer, and that'll straighten everything out. So long as you can catch with good posture. But the tendency is to pull back because you feel yourself drifting. And then see, you even get a little wide here. This double support ends a little earlier than the previous couple turns, where it was at 90 before. Now it's at 75. And obviously I'm switching this around. 0, 90, 270. I think we figured that out by now. You come up a little early, and because you come up early, you're going to break posture, and then you're going to land late, and then you're going to hook the throw. So right side pulls back. This right leg, or left leg, sorry, gets a little wide in single support. You can see you're already leaning. Your axis of rotation is tilted. Instead of being straight up and down, it is maybe 30 degrees off axis. And then you get wide, and this gets even wider, and you can see you don't really have much weight on that right side because you're pulling away from it in double support. So then as you come down, that left foot or right foot even kind of comes off the ground, just a little hiccup right there. And there's just some residual tightness because of that. So arms tighten up, posture's broken. See, we went back, so we were climbing in the right direction of getting your shoulders back over the hips as the throw goes on. But then you can see right here, shoulders are forward again, hips are back because you didn't work the ball long enough in that third turn. And then as you come through, you're just trying to salvage everything you can, so you're using this real strong left side to push and get that nice kind of extension. And you stick to the finish, which is impressive. But like you said in the email, you have the tendency to pull off on that right side, that right foot to come around, and I do the same thing. But you do a good job of sticking the finish here, but the problem is you just didn't work the ball long enough in the previous turns, and that right side was pulling back, and you're creating tension with that right side instead of creating tension with that left side. So a lot of things thrown at you here, Tony. We'll run through it real quick, just one more time. But yeah, good winds. Turn the shoulders back. Just don't break the posture in the entry. Don't dip those shoulders forward. If anything, you want to be perfectly perpendicular with your torso to the ground. Hips forward, shoulders back. Let the ball work long. You do a good job turning with it. Use that right or that left side. Use the left side to push the ball. Think about that. More weight on that right side for the right side axis. As you come around, the longer you work an entry, the more stable you'll be, the better your posture will be on the catch. You'll get pulled around less, and then don't pull that right side away in each turn. Don't create tension with the right side, create tension with the left side. I'd recommend trying out some left-handed drills, left-hand only turns, stuff like that, just to kind of cement in the idea that you're supposed to use the left side to move the ball, not the right side. So that's all I got. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. So yeah, lots of things that you can work on here. So, but yeah, like I said, overall pretty good though. So yeah, let me know if you got any questions, Tony. And if anybody watching this has any questions, let me know. Comment down below, email me, hit me up on the Instagram, DM me. Doesn't matter. If you want a technical analysis of your own, go to www.seandonnelly.biz. Services page. I have two options now, $5 and $15. $5 for a 60-second Instagram technical analysis, and $15 for an in-depth 15-minute, approximately, YouTube analysis. So, thanks for watching. Sean Don, peace out.